Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. We're 4 games into this season. Tennessee's got a challenge coming up. Going on the road in the SEC is never easy, but I think Tennessee matches up well with Arkansas. But you look at what we've done through 4 games, right? Tennessee's ranked number 4 in the AP poll, 5th in the ESPN FPI, got an 82% chance of making that college football playoff. But when you sit down and just look at the numbers, and I know stats, you can kind of formulate any type of narrative that you want when you look at numbers. But one thing that you can't deny is Tennessee is second in the country in scoring defense, and they're first in the country in scoring offense. I don't care who you've played, where you've been, what you've done. That is impressive. I saw a tweet from Cole Kubelik that actually said there are only 2 teams in the entire country that rank in the top 5 for both scoring offense and scoring defense. One of those is Tennessee. The other is Ohio State. So I think Tennessee has done what they are supposed to do through 4 games. Total defense, first in the country, giving up 176 yards per game. Total offense, third in the country. I think Tennessee's been impressive. They're playing complementary football. We're going to talk about that Oklahoma game here in just a second, because some people don't feel like Tennessee deserves to be where they're at. They don't deserve to be ranked 4th in the AP poll. Why? Because they've not played anybody. Oklahoma is not legit. NC State is terrible. They're not who we thought they were. Again, Tennessee going to go on the road Saturday, play an Arkansas team that many people out here, a lot of the talking heads are calling a test for Tennessee. They're saying that Tennessee could be walking into a trap game. I saw one talking head who I respect a lot, but this person said that Arkansas could really be 5-0 if you look at it. So they're putting some respect on Arkansas. But let me tell you something. Coming out of Saturday night, after all the smoke is cleared and that game's over, it's going to be all about how Arkansas isn't that good. Arkansas has lost 3 games now. They are not a good football team. So, again, a lot of people out here think Tennessee doesn't deserve to be ranked 4th in the AP poll. But guess what? Greg McElroy agrees. They don't deserve to be ranked 4th. They actually deserve to be ranked higher. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to listen to his comments, but I need you guys to do that YouTube stuff for me. Just smash the thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, free, easy, and it helps this channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. You guys know that. What we are is fans. We're diehard, passionate, psychotic fans. For the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. We're going to be live tomorrow morning. Coach Jay is back. The morning show returns. We're going to be getting you ready for this Arkansas game coming up on Saturday. We're going to drop a breakdown video. Coach Jay, Coach Rice take a look at the offense and the defense for Arkansas, and they give you some keys to the game. That's going to be dropping on Saturday morning. Of course, we'll be live an hour before kickoff and live immediately following the game. So make sure you subscribe, click that bell, all that good stuff. But let's get into it. Let's take a listen to Greg McElroy giving you his top 15 and telling you why Tennessee should actually come in at 3rd. Let's take a listen.
Tennessee should be number 3. They beat a ranked Oklahoma team. That Oklahoma team went to Auburn and survived. So I think that Oklahoma team's still solid. And Tennessee, the way they beat them, I know it was by 10, and people will point to, well, the margin of victory was not that significant. Y'all, Tennessee, that 10-point margin of victory felt like 100 in that game, did it not? Anybody that watched it, you could have given Oklahoma 15 possessions, and they might not have been able to chip away at that 10-point lead. So I'm going to put Tennessee at 3.
So he thinks Tennessee deserves to actually be ranked 1 spot higher than they are in the AP poll. He talks about that Oklahoma game, right? And that game was never in doubt. And that's what he's saying. Even though it was a 10-point game, look, you went on the road against a top 15 opponent. I've said it a million times. You've not done that. You've not beat a top 15 opponent on the road since 2006. So that alone is impressive. That alone shows you that Tennessee is a little bit different, right? People want to talk about what Jeremy Pruitt did. They want to talk about Derek Dooley. They want to talk about Butch Jones. None of that matters. The only thing that matters now is what Josh Heupel is doing at Tennessee. And he went on the road against a top 15 opponent. Not only did he win, but he covered the spread. And then Greg McElroy is going on to say, not only did he win and cover the spread, but that felt like that game was never in doubt. It was 19-3 at halftime. It was 22-3 at the end of the 3rd quarter. Tennessee is one of only 4 teams in the entire country that has yet to trail this season. They've been tied at the beginning or they've been out front. That's it. They have not trailed the entire season. But it feels like we're 4 games into this thing, and I feel like there's still some doubt. It's still the same narratives. Well, I don't know that our secondary is as good as we thought it was going to be because it hasn't been tested. I don't think Nico's not balled out. Nico's not putting up, EA Sports College Football 25 numbers. He's not putting up Heisman Trophy numbers. He's not had to because Tennessee is playing complementary football. Again, one of only 2 teams in the top 5 in scoring offense and scoring defense. What matters at the end of the day is getting dubs. That's it. That's all that matters. Go win the football game. Josh Heupel didn't care about Heisman numbers for Nico against Oklahoma. We've seen it where he went up to him after the game and said, hey, we dialed back the play calling because the defense was playing so dang great. That's a beautiful thing. That's a good problem for us to have. Let's sit here and argue. I would much rather us sit here and complain about Nico not throwing for 300 when we go beat Oklahoma on the road. So, again, some of the talking heads are saying that Tennessee's going to have another test coming up on Saturday when they go on the road to play Arkansas. You can see there the matchup on the screen. You can also see that beautiful Chick-fil-A sandwich. I think I want that for lunch. Has anybody tried the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich with the pimento cheese? Put it in the comments section. Is it worth a try? I'm just going to leave that there on the screen. You can see the spread right now. Tennessee favored by 13.5. You don't go on the road and get favored by 13.5. That's just Tennessee is a better football team. And I like the matchup here, right? The ESPN FPI gives Tennessee an 82% chance to win. Some people buy into that. Some people don't. Arkansas 2-2 versus the spread. Tennessee 4-0 versus the spread. I made a video yesterday talking about trap games and rat poison. You want more details? There's some clips from J.D. Pickell in that video. Also some comments from Josh Pate that I talked about. If you missed that, you can go back and give it a watch. But one of the keys for me of why this isn't a trap game, Josh Heupel 7-1 coming off of a bye week. 3-0 at Tennessee. Did it Texas A&M last year. Another game where Tennessee kind of leaned on their defense. He did it to LSU in 2022. You remember the narrative there? It's the same old song and dance we're hearing now. Well, you guys haven't done it on the road against LSU. You can't go on the road to LSU. You can't go down to Death Valley. You can't do that. Josh Heupel said, hold my beer. I'm not only going to go down there and win, I'm going to go down there and beat the brakes off of LSU. And then y'all going to make excuses and talk about, well, it wasn't a night game. You couldn't do it at night. You guys understand why I'm always saying they're moving the goalposts? Because that is all they do is devalue everything that this Tennessee football team does and move the goalposts on down the field. That's what they do. Also came off a bye week and beat Kentucky in 2021. They've had an extra week to prepare, so there's not that, coming off of the emotional win over Oklahoma. If you had to do that and then go back on the road and play Arkansas and you knew the Florida Gators were right around the corner, I could possibly see that being a trap game. Coming off of a bye week, I think this is a veteran football team. I think Josh Heupel is going to have them dialed in. I think they're going to be ready to go. Look, Arkansas is going to score some points on Saturday night. They got a pretty good quarterback in Talon Green that can make some plays, but he also likes to make mistakes. So as much as he can run around, he's rushed for 331 yards, got 4 touchdowns on the ground. He can run around and make plays. He's going to do that. He's thrown for 5 touchdowns. He also makes mistakes. He's only completing 54% of his passes. He's turned the football over 5 times. That's something that Arkansas has done a lot. They're 89th in the country in turnover margin. They're not very good at protecting Talon Green. That's why he's running around, scrambling around, trying to make plays. They're 94th in the country in sacks allowed. They're 103rd in the countries in TFLs allowed per game, tackles for loss. And you look at this Tennessee defense, they're really good against the run. Really good against the run. Second best rushing defense in the country. They only allow 1.6 yards per carry. And some of you may say, well, Arkansas's got a pretty dang good running back too. Quentin Johnson, he's putting up good numbers. He's rushed for over 500 yards, averaging 6.5 yards a carry, 9 touchdowns. Yeah, his numbers look pretty good against Arkansas Pine Bluff. He ran for 100 yards. You want to talk about Tennessee's level of competition? Let's call a spade a spade. Jackson ran for 100 yards against Arkansas Pine Bluff. He ran for 150 against Oklahoma State. You may say, well, Boogie, Oklahoma State, that's a legit team. 117th in the country against the run. He rushed for 147 against UAB. Yeah. They're 118th in the country against the run. What has he done against the SEC? Rushed for 75 yards against Auburn. Rushed for 37 yards against Texas A&M. Barely averaged 3.5 yards per carry in those 2 games. It's going to be interesting to see what this Tennessee offense does. Is this the game that we finally see who Nico is? Come Saturday night, go ahead and buckle up and get ready because they're going to move the goalpost again. This Tennessee team is better than some people think. And I don't think you're going to get any respect until Alabama comes to town for the 3rd Saturday in October. Because if you go on the road and you handle business this weekend, the Florida Gators come to town next Saturday night. night game, Neyland at night, Checker Neyland. Going to be an electric environment. Going to be hard for the Gators. Battered Vols syndrome tells me I'm going to be pretty nervous that morning when I wake up. But reality tells me is Tennessee's a whole lot better than Florida, and we should have a top 5 matchup between Tennessee and Alabama on the 3rd Saturday in October. And I think College Game Day will be there, and it will be an electric environment. It's going to be a huge opportunity for Tennessee. It's going to be their first real opportunity to go out and show the world what they're made of. No more excuses when Alabama comes to town. What do you guys think? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, make sure you smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. If you don't have a comment or a question, just attack the comment section. Throw a GBO down there. I would greatly appreciate it. You can also support the channel by picking up our merchandise or joining the channel, becoming a member of this channel. You can do that for $1. $1 a month. It helps keep the lights on. It's the reason why I get to do the Friday morning show tomorrow with Coach Jay. It's the reason why I get to do the morning show on Mondays with Eric Kane. It gives me the opportunity to record with Kaner and jump on Locked On Vols with him. Have a good time doing that. It's because of you guys that support this channel. The links are in the description for all that, or you can just hit the join button right over there beside subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. But if not, smash the thumbs up because that's quick, free, and easy. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk some Tennessee football because this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.